as cars try to make their way through the roads. As we heard, though, from Metro traffic, travel is just a nightmare out there. Well, David Ushery drove through it all, but he only got as far as New Hyde Park. David?
Yes, Sarah, and we felt we were lucky to get that far. Let me give you a sense of how dangerous it still is out here. I'm going to ask Roger Anderson, our photographer, to look over there. Hopefully you can see the fire trucks in the distance. That was a car fire just a few minutes ago. You can imagine not only to the danger to the driver, although we don't know the circumstances, but also to the emergency vehicles that had to respond, and they did get there fairly quickly. I'll tell you, this is nothing but a fool's paradise out here. There's nothing thrilling, nothing fun about it. It is simply dangerous. It was like putting on a white blindfold and putting the car in drive. Along major thoroughfares like the Grand Central Parkway heading into Long Island, automobiles were reduced to toys, going no more than 3 miles an hour, many of them spinning or stalling. But there was nothing playful about driving today.
Trying to get home before I'm stuck here for the weekend.
Further out in Bethpage, it appeared most people heeded the warning. Only a few cars struggled on the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway, but others said they had no choice but to hit the roads.
I work for EMS, New York City EMS. I got to get to Station 34, so I'm going to attempt to go on the Interborough Parkway with my truck here.
In many places, drivers could be seen walking across the highway, abandoning their vehicles, unable to move a mountain of snow, and a mountain of frustration. Everyone was encouraged to rely on public transportation, and the LIRR held its own in the early part of the storm, experiencing only 5 to 10-minute delays. And after a meeting, officials decided to suspend service on many lines because of ice.
It might be where a train will go over a piece of track, it'll be clear for a few minutes, and then it'll be covered with snow again. So there might come a point where we might have to suspend service. That's why people should monitor the media.
At LaGuardia, it was really something to hear a plane take off, but not see it. Although the airport struggled to remain open, many airlines canceled their flights, leaving many people stranded, like an entire basketball team from South Carolina.
Flights are canceled till Tuesday morning, I think.
Tuesday morning?
Yeah, so it's going to be a long wait before we get back down to South Carolina.
All right, Eddie and JD earlier talked about those drifts. Hopefully you can see how that snow not only falls down, but it starts to blow sideways. That makes it very dangerous out here. Of course, the double concern out here on Long Island, not only the snow and the wind here in the interior part, but of course along the shore, Sarah, they're concerned about the trouble that they'll have there. So double whammy out here, and it's just a tough night. Back to you.
Absolutely, David. And high tide tonight between 9 o'clock and midnight. The snowfall totals do keep piling up to unbelievable numbers. Veronica is in the Weather Center with the very latest on that. V?
Thank you, Sarah. Well, as soon as we put down these snowfall amounts, we're having to change them, but we have been telling you throughout the day that it's been snowing for much of today at a rate of about 2 inches per hour. We have our first record at approximately 4:30 this afternoon. 6.5 inches of snow had fallen in Central Park. That surpasses the previous record now of 4.5 inches that fell in 1958, and with more snow on the way, that's just going to add to the record. Some other snowfall totals, I want to get you updated at the airports now. 9 inches at LaGuardia. Kennedy Airport reporting 7. At Newark, 8 inches of snow on the ground. In Queens, 8 inches of snow. Elizabeth, New Jersey, 10 inches of snow on the ground. And the same story out over most of Long Island. 6 inches of snow at Brookhaven. The National Weather Service, 1 to 3 in some spots of northern New Jersey. But in these areas that now have light snow, more snow is on the way, and they're likely to see as much as 12 inches with some high winds and drifts probably by tomorrow as high as 4 feet. Wow. Sarah?
Wow, you can say that again, V. We are definitely not alone in feeling the blizzard of 96. It is dumping snow all along the East Coast. Washington, D.C. now has more than 2 feet of snow, the most there since 1922. Ironically, many tourist sites like the White House were supposed to reopen today now that the government shutdown is over. But what Uncle Sam giveth, Mother Nature taketh away. They are closed again. President Clinton and First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton, though, braved the elements and went to church. In Philadelphia, driving there is as treacherous as it is here. A caravan of sand trucks led the way for cars on this highway. In the suburbs, one family left a warm weather greeting in the snow in their front yard. Hello, Florida. Doesn't that sound good? To the south in Durham, North Carolina, snow is definitely not a welcome sight. Folks there aren't used to snow to begin with, so this blizzard has really paralyzed them. Well, the storm is also having a big effect on sporting events. Mark is coming up next with some cancellations that you should know about and the big game in the NFL. The Eagles try to steal another one from the Cowboys, but this time on Dallas turf. Plus, much more on the storm and just how much we're going to get coming up.